But I think, again, what they want to know the most is what is your favourite Christmas movie?
Oh, my favourite Christmas movie. Oh, it's going to get controversial now.
This could start a bigger rumble than the venue at Christmas.
Yeah.
Cool. Ready?
Yeah, as ready as I'll ever be. It's just so weird.
It is weird being in front of the camera now, isn't it?
Yeah. Now I know it's on. I'm like, oh.
Where do I look?
It is. It really is.
Dan, great to have you on the show, man.
Thank you
Good
for
to see
having
you.
me.
Thanks
Good
for
to see
dressing
you.
up.
I think we need to talk about the elephant in the room first.
What?
I don't have a Christmas jumper on.
Yeah.
So
As promised as well.
I apologise for that. It
And
didn't come in time, so.
considering as well, it was your idea to wear Christmas
I know,
jumpers.
yeah, I know. But I wanted to wear a Wham jumper, but it just didn't arrive in time. So
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, we'll make it as festive as possible, right?
I've let you down first.
It's
Shall I
fine.
just
It's
go?
fine. We could still be friends after, I think.
Yeah.
But we'll make it as festive as possible. And I think we should start with a drink.
Yes, let's do it.
I've got us some eggnog
Nice.
and some new glasses that
Lovely.
Shanice is definitely going to tell me off for.
Yeah, I can see they're quite nice ones, aren't
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
Have you ever had eggnog before?
I have had eggnog.
I've never had eggnog.
Eggnog is quite nice, but I
How
haven't
much
had
you
whiskey
meant to put
eggnog.
in?
I think it's just a sipping drink, and I'm driving, so that'll be enough.
Okay.
Oh,
It's like you see it in the movies all the time. It's all like full
Yeah.
up, and
well, because you usually have like a whiskey glass.
I do have whiskey glasses in the house as well,
yeah.
so I probably
Cool.
should have just brought one of them out.
Yeah. Never mind.
But anyway, while
these are nice.
while I'm
Espresso.
pouring these, we've got some whipped cream to go on them as well. Tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and what you do. And
So
why
yeah,
you're
I'm
on the
Daniel
show.
Luke. So Daniel Luke Weddings, and I'm a photographer. So I've been doing wedding photography now for probably near on 10 years.
Yeah.
In various different companies, I guess.
Self.
So yeah, no, I was just watching you.
It's meant to get off.
Watching you do that.
I mean,
so
that
yeah, I've
looks
only been
ugly now, doesn't it? But
a little bit, but it's all right.
anyway, we move.
We carry
Yep.
on. We digressed
Daniel
a little
Luke,
bit
wedding
there.
photography.
Yeah, Daniel Luke Wedding Photography. Only been doing it through Daniel Luke. So I was a part of another company. Now
Yep.
I've been my own name for the last 3 or 4 years now.
And how's that going?
Going really, really well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't.
You're non-stop.
Yeah, non-stop. So 62 weddings this year. Still editing away at the moment.
Yeah.
So still going. One more wedding to go. So still going full on. I mean, it's been full on for the last year. I was going to say getting ready for a little break, but it really will be a little break this time.
Yeah.
So
And obviously in that as well, you're planning your own wedding.
yeah.
We'll talk about that a little bit later
Yeah.
on. But how is that sort of balance of capturing other people's weddings as well as realising that in a year's time now you're going to be married yourself?
Do you know what? It's helped me plan my own wedding because I know what to do, what to expect.
Yeah.
But I haven't really followed my own advice.
Yeah.
So we'll come back to that as well. But yeah, so I mean, it's been good for me because I know exactly what I need to do and I know what to expect.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think with any sort of wedding planning, you book your bits, don't you? And then you kind of have that break where you're not doing too much now. And that's kind of where I am.
Right.
So we've booked most of the things that we need. And then having that nice little break. In February, we've got a tasting evening
Okay.
at the venue.
Yeah.
So that'll be really fun and exciting. But
Nice.
apart from that, it's calmed down a little bit now, which is
Yeah.
nice.
Cool. Well, before we move on, let's have a little
So,
sip,
yeah.
shall we? Cheers, mate.
I was hoping
Merry
like,
Christmas.
thinking you'd never ask me then. Merry Christmas.
Oh, that's very nice.
That is nice.
This podcast has gone downhill very quickly now.
It's a bit like Bailey's.
It is. Well, I mean, it's got Bailey's whipped cream on top, so
Yeah.
this has now turned into a testing and
It's quite sweet though, isn't
yeah.
it?
I mean, that's very nice. Highly recommend.
You'll have to advertise that so you can get a sponsor.
Yeah. So, Evan Williams eggnog. I did it like that. So, what got you started in photography?
So, I mean, I've been into photography since I was little, so I've actually still got my first camera
Oh, really?
since I was about 6 years old. Yeah. So little Pentax. It did this really weird thing where you could slide it
Yeah.
and you could have pictures like that and you could have them square and then you can make them portrait as well, which is really weird because you could just do that,
Yeah.
make a portrait. But that was fancy. Make sure we get that right.
Yeah, yeah. Considering this is going out to potential clients.
And so I used to work at weddings, running the days, and just making sure everything was running smoothly.
Like a coordinator.
That's it. So I was a wedding coordinator. But there is an actual word for it, but I can't remember what I was now. And I was just running the days then, and I was studying photography alongside that. And I thought, you know what, I could put 2 and 2 together, and actually that's exactly what I did whilst I was at university. Got my degree, come out of that, and then went to go and do it on my own. And that's when I sort of diversed a little bit and went on to doing wedding videography alongside doing wedding photography. And then all them years later on, I went straight into doing wedding photography.
Good job you changed up, otherwise we'd be enemies now.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I'll be doing
now we're friendly.
Yeah.
So we've actually only known each other a few years as well. So you photographed Shanice's sister's wedding.
I did.
And I've just sort of kept you from that.
Yeah, you have, yeah. Well, I took that picture. I think you still got it on your wedding banner or something. I see it pop up every now and then.
Yeah,
I'm like, I took that, yeah.
I still get asked if I dress like that at weddings. Absolutely do not.
No, that was probably the smartest I've ever seen you dress.
Yeah, and I think it's the smartest I've dressed since then. But I got in trouble a lot at that wedding with Shanice because I just kept disappearing to come and chat to you about.
And plus you was working quite a lot, even though you were supposed to be a guest.
Yeah,
in the morning you was. Anyway.
I did. I just filmed like the little intro bit and the reveal with their granddad. But I think they just wanted me to be a part of the day instead. So I had the camera with me, but I don't think it got used much after the intro.
You put it down once you set up for food, and that was it.
Yeah, exactly. So what made you want to get started in weddings specifically instead of other avenues?
Do you know what? I really wanted to do fashion photography for a long time.
Okay.
So that whole period of where I was working in weddings and I was actually studying, so I was at college and then university, I always thought I'd do fashion. So that's where my love of portraiture comes from. I love doing portraits, but I also love like the documentary side.
Yeah.
And I always thought, you know what, I was going off doing fashion shows, just getting like the behind the scenes and then doing portraits with the models. And I really thought that was where I was going to go.
The avenue.
But then I guess it goes back to where I was working. I was speaking to lots of other photographers, and I just loved the way that they was always so passionate about what they did.
Yeah.
And they were so loving about doing the weddings. And I thought, you know what? I love doing weddings. I love being among like people when they're having the best days of their lives. And that's kind of where it just went from that. I thought, well, I'm going to go off and do weddings then, give it a go, see if I like it.
Yeah.
I loved it, and I've never done anything ever since.
Do you think in the future you'll sort of potentially move forward into fashion, or is this it for...
No, I think I'm quite happy where I am now.
Yeah.
So I know I'm quite happy where I am now. Yeah. So because it does a bit of everything. You're doing the fashion, we work alongside when we're shooting with the wedding dresses.
Yeah.
So you get that side of it. You get the portrait side, which is the bit that I really do love. Working with different types of lighting, working with people, directing people. And then obviously doing the documentary style, which is probably 90% of the day, is just capturing what's actually going on. And it's just an all-round what I love, rather than just going down one avenue. I can imagine it being quite a hard avenue to go down. So
I think there's a lot of people that go down the fashion route now, right? And it's changed so much over the years.
Yeah.
But what is it about the portrait side of weddings that draws your eye the most?
See, I think this is just where I quite like interacting with people and not telling them what to do, but I just like having fun with people.
Yeah.
And I find that's what we do. And I think a lot of people probably looking at this or listening to this thinking, oh, portraits, I don't like standing in front of a camera. But you and I both know when we say portraits, it's a little bit
just
different.
Games, man. It's got to have fun with it.
Yeah, you got to have fun with it. And that's my biggest thing is I love making people feel comfortable in front of the camera.
It's always funny, like if we're working together and I do my final details call after you, or like you've sent someone to me and we're talking, they go, Dan said that I'm the idiot and I'll make you laugh, and then you're the professional one that makes
so I have to calm you down a little bit, like, Joe, we're getting them laughing, this is great, fantastic, keep going, no, too much. Now I'm just getting that face that you don't want.
Yeah, that's I get carried away, the ADHD kicks in. But
that's what you want. You don't want your couple in front of the camera just posing all the time. Like, you want to put them into a position that looks great for the camera, so it's nice and flattering to the eye, but we want to make it nice and natural as well. So we want that nice natural smile. How do we get that?
Idiots.
Yeah, being an idiot behind the camera.
Yeah. I always say to people that moment, like, where it's just us four, is the most intimate part of the day, but you can get lost in that as well. And I think a lot of people in the industry just take you away, take your photos, get you back in. But I think what I like to do, and I think what you like to do as well, is give them another memory that goes with their day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's one of them things, isn't it? Because if you go away from a wedding and you're excited because you think like, oh, that was an epic day.
Yeah.
That's what you really want from your couples.
Yeah.
To go, oh, they were amazing. Like, we didn't even realise we was having that photos taken. We was just having fun the whole time.
Yeah.
That's what we really want.
Yeah, and I think it is an art to it, to be able to communicate with the couple while you're photographing.
Yeah.
Because I've had a lot of people even come back and say, like, we didn't even realise you were filming during that moment, which is quite common when you're mingling amongst guests. But to have that feedback while you're doing a couple shoot, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because you know that the only reason we're there is to photograph and film. But like I said, it's making it a fine art that you can talk and film at the same time and make them feel like you're just dicking around a bit.
Yeah. So it's just about making sure that everyone's having fun on the day.
Yeah, it's really good relationships on the day, I think, is key.
Yeah.
So as we are on a Christmas episode, as you can tell, I don't think this is going to be aired in summertime. Are there any moments that you've shot over Christmas that stand out to you?
Yeah, there is actually. There's one that as soon as I like you said that,
yeah,
I thought there is one exactly in my mind, and this is probably going back to, I reckon, maybe 4 or 5 years, and it was actually at the Elkin Barn, so a venue you know really well. They had snow, like fake snow.
Okay.
And they had snowballs.
Love that.
And they actually had a snowball fight.
Fake snowballs or like...
Fake snowballs.
Yeah.
But they had like foam snow blowing about everywhere.
That's
and
crazy.
Fake snowballs to have a snowball fight, which was
How
brilliant.
mad would they have been if it actually snowed?
Yeah, I know. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I mean, they paid for all them fake snowballs.
I did a wedding in Cumbria last year, and it's a 7-hour drive. We had a beautiful day, like a beautiful sunset, a little bit of a beautiful sunrise, a little bit of a sunset. Rained horrible throughout the day, and then we got home and it flooded with snow.
Yeah.
I can only imagine just how beautiful that would have been.
Yeah.
Especially in a place like Cumbria, it's in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, man, that's crazy getting like actual fake snow.
It was proper fun.
Yeah.
It's like, and the documentary style, like it was amazing, just capturing all them faces.
Again, it's doing something at the wedding that is fun rather than it just being the same old run of the mill and making it feel like just a formality. I've seen a lot of fun trends this year, and I'm assuming next year it's just going to carry on. So adding just fun elements into wedding days is just awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So we're obviously in that time of year now where there's going to be a lot of proposals, and you're a man who's proposed yourself. Have you got any advice for the guys out there that
I've got some great
to propose?
Well, I don't know if it's great advice, but this is just going on from what I did.
Yeah.
So, number one, obviously, keep your ring safe. No pun intended there. All right. Keep the ring safe.
What pun are you talking about?
So what I did. So obviously you want to keep it safe, but don't do what I did. So I wrapped up the ring in a receipt, because obviously in the box you can't walk around.
Yeah.
Especially in my jeans. My jeans are tight. So I wrapped it, popped it in my pocket in a receipt. And then once we got to the point where I was like, right, this is where I'm going to do it. It's beautiful. I've got these nice sand dunes, sunset, bottle of Prosecco. I downed the Prosecco. Yeah, she thought that's weird.
Yeah.
Got down on one knee.
Is that advice? Down a glass?
Yeah, down a glass as well. Perfect advice.
Yeah.
Got down on one knee, pulled out the receipt, and then decided to explain that, oh, I had to wrap it in a receipt. I'm really sorry. And it just totally just went off from the proposal. I was so nervous that I was just talking about a receipt for about 3 minutes. And then
she's going,
and then she had to go, stop talking about the receipt.
What receipt was it? Was it for the ring?
Oh, no, I can't even. I think it was just
in case she said no.
Something we got from the airport. Yeah, like Haribo receipt from WH or something. No, I was just so nervous, and I just thought, I'll quickly wrap it up in that so I can whip it out. Talking about a receipt for about 3 minutes, and then finally got to the point. So biggest advice is actually think about what you want to say.
Yeah.
Because I never think about what I'm going to say.
You may not
ever.
have been the perfect person to come through for this
No,
advice.
exactly. So I just talk
Yeah.
as it comes out.
Yeah.
It doesn't always do me any favours really, but
you're just being yourself, right? And
yeah, exactly.
let those emotions
Yeah.
and the nerves take over.
Yeah.
And
So
if you're talking about a receipt for 3 minutes, you've done wrong.
So the tip to take away
2
from
minutes
it is
max.
think about what you
Yeah.
want to say and don't put the ring in a receipt. So,
So for the guys that are planning on proposing, that they may not have the ring yet, what have you got any advice for them picking the ring? Because how did you know that Sarah would have liked that ring?
well, yeah, of course. See, this is a difficult one because this is where you want to put it in time, really. So you want to make sure that you get that. What sort of ring would you like? That
Right.
question. You want to put that in.
Not on the first date, though.
No,
right?
no, of course not. But you want
Date
to make sure
3
you
or
do it
4
a good
maybe.
8 months before.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a random number I've plucked from the sky, but but you want to make sure you have that chat way before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had some very helpful people when I went into the shops, and 3 of them just trying to help me choose. So I was quite lucky there.
And where did you get the ring from?
That
Or is
was,
she not allowed to know that?
oh, she knows where it's
She
from.
knows.
Yeah,
She picked it out.
it was a Beaverbrook ring.
Beaverbrook. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know that people can go there, or we know some great ring people as well.
Yeah, we
in
do,
the industry.
yeah.
So if anyone's out there that is planning on proposing, give us a message. We can send you some good people. So with Christmas coming up and Christmas weddings again, what is your favourite part about photographing Christmas weddings?
Oh, favourite part. It's got to be that. It's going to be a bit of an obvious one, really, but that kind of festive feel to it. So, like the twinkly lights. I think the great thing about this time of year is that you kind of get the best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you have that ceremony about 1 o'clock, then you still got the time to then have that nice hour. Perhaps if we do have a clear sky where you got that golden hour. And you still got that time during the day where we can get all the groups. Because
that light goes quick this time of year.
Yeah, get all your portraits done while it's still light.
Yeah.
Get the sunset. And then you get the nighttime photos as well, the evening photos with the fairy lights. And so that's what I love about this time of year is that you get all the perks.
Yeah.
Like summer weddings, we all know that trying to get them nighttime.
You got to wait till
Yeah,
10,
them twinkly light photos. Yeah, you got to wait till
at least this time of year,
night.
if you get lucky and the wedding is timed right, you can get good lighting for the ceremony, good lighting for prep. You could get lucky with a killer sunset at 3 o'clock. And then you've got a bit of time there to get creative with your nighttime shots, which are very standout-ish, and you absolutely nail some of them nighttime shots.
Yeah, so that's what I love about this kind of time of year. It's just that you get all them different opportunities, which is great.
So have you got any other advice for couples that are looking to potentially plan a Christmas wedding?
Oh, Christmas. Yeah, I'd say the biggest advice, and this is something that I've actually dealt with a couple of times this year, is that really think about, because I think a lot of people don't really think about the timings with the light. Really think about trying to get that ceremony done for 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I've had a couple this year that have been for 2 o'clock, late November.
2:30.
Yeah, and you know that as soon as your ceremony's done, you're going to have to go straight into your groups. You're going to have to go straight into your portraits. Hopefully get all the like natural bits of photography that you want as well.
Yeah.
And then you're going to sit down and go straight into your meal.
Yeah.
But if you give yourself that extra hour, that 1 o'clock ceremony, then you can relax a little bit. Go and speak to your guests. Have 10 minutes.
It does feel a bit rushed.
Yeah.
2 o'clock.
Yeah. So have 10 minutes. Go and speak to your guests if it's at 1 o'clock. And then you can go into your groups. And then you still got time to go off and get all the natural bits. So just by pulling it forward by an hour, you relax more as a couple, and you definitely relax more as a photographer as well.
I think they can then get the most out of like you and me because we're then not rushing to get lights set up and chasing the sunset and stuff like that. So you get the most out of us as well as the whole experience then.
Yeah.
So in your opinion, are there certain venues that do Christmas better than the others?
Oh,
I know.
You're trying to start a wedding rumble.
I am trying to start a rumble. I mean, for me, I've only done a few because I'm still quite new on my own. Cooling Castle have got 2 massive Christmas trees.
Yeah.
Lights everywhere. They've got reindeers up, and it does have a really nice Christmas feel. Not to say that the other venues don't. The other venues do look beautiful.
There are venues out there that are like absolutely smashing when it comes to Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
But I do know what you're saying. Cooling's one of them venues that at Christmas time you could probably get away with not even having to decorate it.
Yeah.
Because it does look amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying there.
Yeah.
But don't think we can go dropping venue names, can you, Joe?
We'll keep it there. We'll answer that off screen. Then.
Yeah, there are some amazing ones, and there are so many amazing venues in Kent. And I mean, me and you are both
it's one of the best places for wedding
venues.
venues.
Me and you are both lucky to be a part of some amazing venues. So
I think I've done a few over in Essex, and there's some very beautiful places over in Essex, but there's just something about the Kent wedding venues that are just. There's a reason people are coming from north to come down here, and like from London to come to Kent and Essex to Kent.
Yeah,
it's because it's just on a different level. I think there's so many beautiful, vibrant venues, and you just treated like royalty at most of these venues as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what is your biggest pet peeve on a wedding day?
Oh, biggest pet peeve.
And I know there's quite a few.
No, it's got to be. I think the number one. If I think about it, I reckon the number one is a messy bridal prep room.
Messy bridal prep
because
room.
the first thing we have to do is when we get there is tidy all of that, because it's going to be photographed, it's going to be videoed, and if we're going through them photos in post production, and you can see all the mess, it just makes your photos feel cluttered. Versus a tidy room just makes it feel nice, clean, fresh. So definitely 100%.
Yeah.
It's got to be a messy bridal room.
It's less panic at the end of it, right? When you're trying to get the bridal party ready and then get them to tidy up. Because, I mean, there's some things we don't want to move on a wedding day.
No, of course, yeah.
A bridal prep room is carnage.
Yeah, it could be about, 500 bags down one end of the room.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, that's where we usually use that nice backdrop, because that's, it's been designed for that. So then we got to move all them bags all down to one end, try and hide it behind. So, if we can keep it clean,
just keep on top of it.
Yeah, and I think that's got to be one of the big tips of the day as well.
Yeah, I mean, some venues are better than others with like the size of the prep room.
Yeah,
and they may have a separate room for like bits and bobs and stuff like that. But even if you just like declutter, if you've got a bag, put all your stuff in the bag. It's just so that when it comes to that reveal is the most important part of that morning, I think. That bridal reveal. And if you've got pants and socks in the background, it's not a great lifetime memory.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the last thing you want is, someone's hanger, your dad coming in, and then you've got, I don't know, Sarah written on someone's coat hanger in the top right corner. And just move everything, just tidy it all away.
Yeah, I hate seeing the name Sarah everywhere.
Yeah. I'm not sure why I went with that name, are you, Joe?
I'm glad she's not here watching this, otherwise I would have had something thrown at my head.
Yeah.
So I think the most important question people will want to ask you right now is, what is your go-to Christmas song on the drive home from a Christmas wedding? My
go-to Christmas song, I think it always has been, it's got to be Wham! Last Christmas.
Okay.
So
I know you wanted a Wham! Jump up for this, but I weren't expecting you to pluck Wham! out.
I love Wham! Last Christmas. That's it is a sing-along.
It is a classic.
But I do love Slade as well.
I think for me, it's got to be Driving Home for Christmas.
Oh really? I didn't expect that.
It's got to be the number one.
Cliche, driving home from
man.
From your wedding.
I worked every Christmas when I did security, pretty much. And it's like you finish at 6 p.m. It's just a nice chill out song on that drive home. Gets you excited, and then you go into the Wham! and for that uplifting bit. But
no, Wham's good sing along.
It's a good sing along.
You get in the car, take that away. Close the door, sing along.
You close your door.
Most of the time, I'd be worried if you didn't. Right, whilst we're talking about Christmas though, I can't hack it anymore.
Okay.
Go on.
It's not Christmas Day yet.
Just open it.
Okay.
Everyone wants to see you open it. It gives me a...
I'm intrigued because you said you had... Is this the thing that you said you had on our messages that was quite big?
Yeah, be careful.
Is there 2 of them?
There is 2 of them.
How do I open these stuff? You've set me up for failure here.
So be careful, but at the same time, use a bit of strength. That's it. Break the sellotape.
Did you sellotape these together?
Yeah, I had to make sure that you didn't drop them.
I'm intrigued. Are they both the same?
Yeah, you can open one.
Okay, I'll just open one for now.
I feel like you already know what it is.
I actually don't. Is it? Can I show this on?
Yeah, of course you can.
Oh, mate, that's awesome. Thank you very much.
Look at that.
Thank you very much. Very nice of you. Feel bad I didn't get you anything now.
Hey, look. Take that. Any guess that's been on your shirt?
A mug. We're going to set that right there.
We're cheers then.
We're going to set that. Oh, we can do this again. Thanks, mate.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
I actually saw a present that I wanted to get for you the other day as well. Remember last year I got you that big Funko Pop, the Galactus one. Then a big MODOK one. But it was huge. But it was like 70 quid.
Oh, well, Sarah wouldn't thank you. So
No.
it might be worth getting it just to annoy her.
Where's the other one sat?
It's in the spare bedroom.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it takes up quite a lot of space.
Out of sight, out of mind. I know. It was in our lounge for ages until we got it out here.
It's like that.
Okay, cool. So let's circle back now to your own wedding. How is the planning process going for yourself now?
Yeah, so going back to what we were saying earlier, wedding planning is going great. It's, like I said, it's come to a bit of a break now. But the only thing that I haven't done, and this goes into what I would say is a bit of a tip, because we haven't booked a videographer.
You haven't?
We haven't. But that's not from lack of trying, because we wanted a specific one that is recommended at our venue.
Yeah.
He's great, seems really friendly. Got in contact probably about a year ago or so. And he was available.
Yeah.
We left it because we both got busy. Wedding season kicked in.
Yeah.
We come back to it probably only maybe 8 weeks ago.
Booked.
Hey,
that surprises me from you.
Yeah, it surprised me as well, honestly.
It really surprised me.
Honestly, I was a little bit like, I know better.
Yeah, because we tell people if you're going to book.
So for myself, like for 2026, I'm basically 50% capacity now.
Yeah.
So 2026 is half booked.
Yeah.
So I know this, and it just frustrates me that I've made that mistake that I tell people.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like one of the only annoying things about the wedding planning. Otherwise, it's gone amazing. But
so you've missed out now on your number one.
Yeah. So
choice.
If you know any videographers,
no good ones. Don't come out.
There we go.
Okay, so that's good. Again, good advice to people that I'm sure will come up a lot on this show.
Yeah.
Get your number ones booked in.
Yeah, get them booked in. As soon as you get that venue booked, if you can, find the main people, your videographers, your photographers, get them booked in ASAP, because chances are they're going to get snapped up.
Yeah.
And I know it from experience now, so.
I think as well, because you then, like, if you've got a small deposit, you then know that big chunk.
Yeah.
You can add that to your budget.
Yeah.
You know then what you've got to pay towards. But the longer you leave that, that budget's just going to diminish. And you've got to then find that extra bit of money. And then you may lose out on your number one completely because of the budget.
That's it. And it's like we said earlier, so it's just about getting everything that you want booked in, and then you can relax rather than thinking, oh, I'll book this, I'll leave that, and then you get to it and you're like, oh no, now I'm stressing because I can't find someone that I like good enough to
come and do
that. Yeah,
man. So are you actively looking for a videographer now?
Yeah, looking for a videographer now. So we definitely want one, because it's one of them things, isn't it? Photos are great, but I mean, video's worth its weight in gold when down the line, you know, when you lose people. Yeah, it's being able to see them, hear them. It's that extra step, isn't it, as well?
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. I mean, at some point you're going to give me my save the date card, so
yeah.
I'm assuming I'm still coming to the wedding.
I've told you the date.
It's been months since you said I'll bring you the save the date card.
The save the, I think it's actually still in my car. It's actually still in my glove compartment.
It's going to stay in your car until post-wedding.
Yeah. You've got the date in your diary.
It's in the diary. So I'm not working that day.
Yeah, exactly.
Phone is staying in my pocket. But I know there are a few videographers that watch this. Not that you don't know any. You're in the industry. You work with loads. So.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I think for me, it was just about, like, with the venue. It was all about finding people and finding venues that I don't necessarily work with or know, because
It's like going to work, isn't it?
Yeah, I wanted that full experience.
Yeah.
That full wedding experience of going to a wedding venue and not shot there before, so I don't know like the best places to use, and not knowing how it's run isn't obviously a benefit, because you'd be like, oh, this isn't going right. But I just wanted to be able to switch off rather than knowing the people that were there on the day.
I think a benefit you've got as well is that not many venues are going to sort of differentiate too much from the ones you've already worked out. So you kind of know the base of how it's going to run and what you want. But I think you need to just, like, on the actual day is like going to be tough to switch off completely.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, because we work at venues that like run like clockwork as well. Yeah. So if it's not like that, I'll be like, something's up.
Something's going wrong, yeah.
Yeah, it's 2:00, it's ceremony time.
Yeah.
Why isn't it ceremony? Why haven't people been called to sit down yet? Yeah. So, of course, I will be in that sense, but I'm going to do my best just to kind of switch off.
Yeah. Relax, well, the benefit is you've got other wedding vendors that are going to be there, myself included, if you get me that save the date card. Yeah. So if anything is not running on time, then you've got a bunch of people there that are going to go ape shit. And
yeah, but you know what the chances are? All the people that are usually at weddings will probably be drunk at this one.
Well, so I've actually got a wedding the next day,
I know so
you have. Yeah. I won't be drunk.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'll be happy.
Of course, we'll be responsible.
I'm going to bring this eggnog. This is good. Well, I mean, if there's any videographers out there that are watching that want to film your wedding, get in touch, send your prices. Bit of a discount would be nice.
Well,
always.
Hey, a discount, that'd be amazing. But I'm not expecting anything at this point. I just want someone that's available.
Yeah. When's the big day?
It's the 3rd of October.
3rd of October. Yeah. Get looking in your diaries and get your best offer over to Dan as quick as you can.
Oh, thank you.
Before you're booked up. So how many wedding inquiries have you had for your wedding day?
For my own. So I've had, I think. From what I can remember,
I think I sent you one as well.
Yeah, so I think
I forgot. That's my bad.
4 or it might be 5, including yours. Yeah, but it's quite funny when you reply, because everyone's so like nice and like, oh, amazing, congratulations. Yeah. But it's the nice reply that it's the only time I'm actually like, oh, I can't do that one.
Yeah,
but it's happy because you're like, oh, I can't do that one. But every time, obviously, you get one when you've already got a wedding or you can't do that date. You're like, oh, I'm gutted. But this time it's, I'm getting married that day. Yeah. So I'll send a nice little email back, just say sorry.
Mate, it's clearly a hot date that you've chosen.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, definitely is. Yeah, I mean, October's like, it's out of that summer period.
That so calm you get down stage.
I think, plus the venues tend to be a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
But as we all know, start of October generally quite nice.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
still get nice sunsets, lights still good.
Yeah, it will still be quite nice. It could be a nice hot. One of the hottest days we've had was on like the 1st of October.
I actually think like October weddings have been my best sort of like golden hour sort of sunset. Weddings, which is crazy.
And I quite like that because you get that sunset a little bit earlier.
Bit of autumnal sort of colours.
Yeah, you get the autumnal colours coming through, but you still got that nice where you don't have to worry. You guys can take the jackets off.
Yeah.
So it's not cold.
Still in a garden.
Plus, later on, like we said, it's quite nice. Maybe get them nice evening photos.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait till 10 o'clock at night before it gets dark. So I think it's a really nice time of year. September, October is definitely my favourite time of year.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like those sort of months as well. So, mate, congratulations on getting your date booked in.
Thank you. Yeah.
Congratulations to you both.
Yeah.
We'll have another episode where you're both on. So we can have a full deep dive into wedding planning.
Yeah, I won't get a word in edgeways then.
Yeah. I think it'd be a nice episode for people to watch that are in the process.
Yeah.
Hearing from a professional on how you're planning and how you're getting along. And then we'll talk to the boss about what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, it's quite nice as well because she's so involved in what I do.
Yeah.
So she checks everything for me. She makes sure everything's perfect. And she loves she's been loving like our wedding and booking stuff. So she's really kind of immersed herself in the wedding world.
Yeah, good.
She's enjoying it.
You only do it once, right? Hopefully.
Yeah. Touch wood.
Yeah.
We only do it once.
Well, it's actually really nice to see you guys actually getting into the planning process now, because I actually remember we were sat at the Ferry House doing Chris and Rosh's wedding.
Yeah.
And you showed me that you were looking at engagement rings.
Yeah.
So that turnaround has been quite quick since.
Yeah, do you know, I quite like that though, because I've always said, like, if you're going to do it, then you're all in, right? So there's none of this kind of like waiting 3 years down the line to then book the wedding. I think it's been quite nice to be able to propose and then actually see that person get really excited about it, and just see Sarah like wanting to make sure like she gets all the supplies. Sorry about the photographer, about the videographer. But get all the supplies that she wants, and like picking all the colour schemes and stuff. Just getting her really excited about it. It's just been really nice.
Yeah, nice, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to celebrating with you both, and me and Shanice are looking forward to an evening off.
Yeah.
So, apart from the getting people booked in quickly, have you got any other pieces of advice to give to couples in their planning process at the minute?
Yeah, I think one bit of advice is something that I've done, and that's think about when you want to do your speeches.
Yeah.
So whether you want to do them before, because you've got someone that's nervous about speaking, they're not going to enjoy their meal, or whether you want to just do them afterwards, which is actually the traditional way. Give everyone a drink, give everyone their meal, they'll be happy. Them speeches are going to go down really well. But of course, if you have got anyone that's really nervous, get them done before. Now, we're actually doing them before, but yeah, I'm not very good at speaking in public or on camera, apparently. But of course, for us, it was we actually thought about the times of the day and thought our sunset, touch wood that we get one, if we get a clear day, if we get that sunset, it's going to be bang in the time that we usually do speeches.
Well, look at the amount of times we're chasing.
Hey, I was just going to say, like that time, me and you have both done that this year, where we've been, where we've been kind of like, oh, the speeches are on, and there's a perfect sunset outside.
Yeah, I lost the drone for it. Well, we found it, but
we found that together, didn't we? Yeah,
it was a real bonding moment.
Mini road trip out.
Yeah,
whilst everyone was eating.
Yeah. Because timing's changed throughout the day, and I think speech timings need to change throughout the year.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously this is kind of more for the winter-based weddings.
October, November.
Yeah,
December.
October weddings. Exactly that. But just think about when you want to do your speeches.
Yeah.
And really take on that advice about having that 1 o'clock ceremony. Apart from the 2 o'clock ceremony, if you have that 2 o'clock ceremony, you will just find, of course we're going to get done, but you will just find that things are going to be a little bit more rushed.
Yeah.
Not rushed is the wrong word, but
I think it's what matters to most of it. What's most important to couples? Because if that golden hour, we've worked with couples this year that they want that golden hour.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't guarantee it, but that's what they're planning their whole day around. But I've also worked with couples that couldn't give a monkeys. Yeah. I've seen some of the best golden hours, and you tell them about it, and they go, "No, we just want to stay and drink now."
Yeah.
So you, as a photographer, videographer, you're like,
"Yeah, of course,
please,"
because it's for us, isn't it? We're creative, so we want to make sure that we come away from that day going, "Oh, we've got the best of every single part that we could possibly get. Absolutely smashed it."
Yeah.
So to come away from that, the excitement that you get driving home, is amazing, isn't it?
Well, I actually did a wedding. I don't know if it's this year or last year, and the bride and groom didn't want to come out for golden hour.
Yeah,
and it was one of the most beautiful ones I've seen all year, and I was like, I need to capture it. So I went and got another couple, and because it was just like in that weird mingling phase after dinner where there's not a lot going on.
Yeah.
So I went and got another couple and did a little shoot with them.
Yeah.
And they ended up booking me for their wedding.
I was going to say, were they engaged? Yeah, that's why you did it.
That is exactly why. It was just luck of the draw picking that couple. But advice out to couples: if you don't want a golden hour, I will find someone at your wedding.
Maybe you can silhouette them and
make it look like them. Put a veil on. Veil's off by that point anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's a good idea.
Mate, some good tips there for people in the planning process at the minute.
Yeah.
But I think again, what they want to know the most is what is your favourite Christmas movie?
Oh, my favourite Christmas movie. Oh, it's going to get controversial.
This could start a bigger rumble than the venue at Christmas.
Yeah. And they've got another wedding rumble now.
Yeah.
So, my favourite Christmas movie. Do you know what? It was The Grinch for a long time.
Yeah.
And then the last couple of years, I've just decided I've seen it too many times.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, we all know a guy's true favourite Christmas film, and that's Die Hard.
Yes. Again, you're going to start a war now. Yeah. People that are like, oh, it's not a Christmas. It is definitely a Christmas movie.
Look, there is someone in a lift
at Christmas
with ho 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 written on their top.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas film.
It's absolutely.
There's Christmas music at the start, thanks to Argyle.
Yeah.
So
it's one of the most iconic Christmas movies out there.
It is. It's definitely a Christmas film.
We're going to get in a lot of trouble from a lot of people for this, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
I'll fight Bruce Willis's
Let's
corner.
break the fourth wall for this part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Christmas film.
So, Die Hard, Grinch still top 3 at least?
Yeah, I mean, it's got a place in my heart because being a kid growing up watching that, yeah.
Have you seen the new one, the cartoon one?
I have, it's terrible. Oh.
I actually quite liked it, to be fair. And that's the one that I said...
Benedict Cumberbatch is a great actor, but it doesn't do the Grinch any favours.
Well, I've got a 4-year-old now, so I've got to watch that one rather than the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah. I suppose the Jim Carrey one's actually quite creepy to a 4-year-old. Yeah.
Well, we was actually in Asda yesterday, and we saw a DVD of a horror Grinch movie called The Mean One.
Oh, right.
And it's literally so like it's the Grinch mask. You know, like these scary ones that you see,
like
on TikTok, the shopping mall ones now, with like a meat cleaver in front of it.
Yeah,
it looks like a very cheap made horror. Yeah, but I really want to watch it, and I'm going to find it and give that a watch.
There is another one. See, my memory's terrible, but there is another one. The Bad Santa Claus. I can't remember what the opposite of him is called.
The who?
It's a Bad Santa Claus.
Bad Santa.
Yeah, and he comes and basically just kidnaps you pretty much.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great Christmas film.
I like Bad Santa.
It's not a good Christmas film, I'll take that back.
I quite like...
Bad Santa's great, yeah.
Bad Santa's a great movie. I think one of my favourite Christmas movies is Jack Frost, though.
Oh, yeah, that was on the other day. Yeah.
Michael Keaton in anything, you can't beat.
Yeah, he's great, isn't he?
Yeah.
So that's...
And the Jack Frost Band, one of my favourites.
Yeah,
it's actually him singing in the movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's great.
That tugs on the heartstrings, that one, doesn't it?
Yeah, bless him.
That's a great film.
So, going back to weddings now. This doesn't need to be Christmas. It can be in general. What do you think the next big trend will be in wedding photography, or what do you want to see more of?
What I want to see more of. So, I love the classic kind of wedding look.
Yeah.
So what I'd love to see more of, and I think this might be like the next kind of big thing. I think it is already the big thing, to be honest, but it's that black and white weddings. So
as in like photograph black and white?
No, just the tux, the white, the black bridesmaids dresses, or the white bridesmaids dresses.
I think that's a big trend in America at the moment.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's brilliant.
I've had a couple this year.
Yeah.
And they've been amazing.
Yeah, I had white bridesmaids dresses. They looked great when we was doing like the girls with the bride and the girls. Them group shots looked so cool, like with all that, and then they got their bouquets. That's brilliant.
There's not been enough tuxes.
Yeah, see, I love a tux. Yeah.
Tuxedo and a white dress, just for them couple shoots, go so well together.
Yeah, that's it.
Obviously, all the boys in tux, but then the groom has something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Whether it's a waistcoat or a different colour.
Yeah, it could be like a black jacket, white waistcoat underneath or something. Yeah.
Jackets are coming to trend now. Like even if it's, I've got a groom coming up who's got a different colour crushed velvet than the others, but it's tux.
Yeah, so I think that's wicked.
I think it's a great look.
Yeah.
The photos are going to be timeless. Do you know what I mean? Cause
I think that's the thing, isn't it? Because you get some weddings that. Do you remember we went through a period? I don't know if you remember, but we went through a period where there was the purple, big purple bridesmaids dresses and things. Now that scene, when we look back at that now, I think, that's like it's a bit different now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think the great thing is with the black and white is that you could look back at that in 10 years time. You think it doesn't look dated. It doesn't look like, it just looks classic and brilliant. And like you said, timeless.
Yeah. So I think it's never going to go away. No matter what trends come in and out.
Yeah.
Having a tuxedo and a nice white dress is always going to be like classic. And again, like even with photography trends changing over the years, you can look back on a tuxedo wedding and just go, that looks quality all the time.
Yeah. See, this is the thing as well, isn't it, with photography trends? Photography trends. Shouldn't you try and say that?
Try to say that 3 times fast.
So
I'll cut it, I promise.
At the moment, we've got this kind of big thing about having the blurry photos. How do you feel about that?
I think if it's done right, so in the way of like, you see a lot of people that take photos of shoes, something stationary, and then they move the camera. Yeah. Whereas, like, if you're taking...
Which wouldn't be moving.
Yeah. I don't think it's artistic. I think it is, like you say, a trend. But are you really going to look back at that photo of your shoes in 30 years time and still look at that and go, I love that photo? Because if you look at, if someone did that 20 years ago, you'd look at that and go, well, that's poor effort. But if there's like, you see like the couple's standing and then there's stuff moving around them. So if the couple is stationary and then something's moving, that looks great. Like you see it in London all the time, like the red buses, the cabs,
Yeah, I mean,
whatever.
let's be honest. Like when we see like these blurry photos as well, usually it's to show that something was moving.
Yeah.
So a walking shot of a couple, and their hands are out of, like, they're blurred or something, to show that there was fast motion there. So you're telling a story within that photo.
Yeah.
But like you said, a lot of what we're getting is, you know, wedding invites, wedding like shoes or something, and people are just slow shutter speed dragging.
Yeah.
And trying to get that effect on that. And I don't know, for me, it's like what you just said a moment ago. I just feel like you're going to look back at that and think, that was odd. What was the choice in that? But yeah, I just can't see it being one of these things that's going to stick around.
Some of them, like the dancing ones, can look cool if they're done right.
Yeah,
but like if there's a lot of light and
dancing's
stuff,
great,
and you can drag the photos, it looks great.
Yeah, I mean, because then we're controlling light because we're using the camera on the flash.
But I do think there's going to be new trends coming for that soon.
Yeah.
Because it is like every trend. Once one person starts doing it, it's like unique and great. It's like the smoke grenades.
Yeah.
It started out, it's unique, it's great. Then everyone wants to do it.
Yeah.
So then you've, like with us as well, it's like now we need to start getting creative with it and try something different with it. Otherwise we're going to get bored of doing it as well. Like we did one at Charlotte and George's wedding with smoke, and that came out really, really cool.
Yeah, that was really cool, yeah.
But we did also mix in the walk-in shot, which is what they wanted. So if we can sort of, like, if there's stuff like that where we can get a bit creative with it, as well as giving you what you want, then it's great. Yeah,
that was kind of an idea of ours, wasn't it? Just to kind of hold back too. And then we do the walk-in shots so that they get what they want, but then we have that ability to be able to be a little bit creative with it then, and do something that we've
visioned. I've not done a shot like that before.
No.
It was in the wooded bit, wasn't it? And how we didn't break an ankle in that, I don't know. Running up and down a forest in pitch black as well, I don't know how we didn't hurt ourselves. But yeah, I think it's like the blurry photos. I think if that's what you want, like the photographer, if that's what you want to do, great. Take that blurry photo of the shoes. Yeah. But also get a normal photo of the shoes as well.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just to give yourself that security.
Yeah.
That, you know, you've got that nice normal shot alongside the more.
Well, once the novelty wears off of the trend, you've still got that nice photo of. Because I mean, girls spend a lot of money on their shoes.
Yeah, and the reason why we get all the detail shots is to build up. So when you're scrolling through, or you're flicking through your album, it builds up to the big moments, like the going into your ceremony.
Yeah.
So you're not just opening up the book and going into bridal prep, then straight into ceremony. It tells the story, so you're getting all the little details. And let's be honest, you're spending a lot of money on these things.
More than you realise.
Yeah. So just get a couple of pictures of them. At least then you've got them. So you've got them to be able to put into your album, rather than not having them. So I still like getting all the details. I love getting all the details. You know that.
Yeah.
So I love to get all the details, but yeah, I mean, capturing them blurry. It's just. I think it's a very divided. At the moment, isn't it? So
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some that I've seen that are absolutely incredible. But again, there's movement in the subject.
Yeah.
So I saw there was a guy in, I think it was Italy. He's walking with the bride, and then he's like dragged the shutter.
Yeah. See,
so it
that's
looks like,
because it's with a couple. Yeah. Yeah. It looks a lot better, and to do it at night looks really cool as well. Yeah. So you can, all the lights that are probably switched on during the venue at night, you can get a nice little shutter drag on that, and it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Freeze the couple, they're perfect with your flash.
Yeah.
It looks brilliant. But yeah, I think there are ways, like you say, there's ways of doing it really well.
Yeah.
But a lot of the ones that I've seen, I just don't think quite get the ball in the net.
No. No. Anyway, let's move back to Christmas. What? now that we've slagged off a few people.
There was none of that.
That was your question as well, not mine. Just before anyone comes to me.
I thought I'd throw it back. Should we swap chairs?
We can do. It's focused on you anyway. What are your plans for Christmas?
Plans for Christmas. So I'm actually going down to see my parents in Eastbourne. So we're having a bit of a family Christmas down there. I'm quite lucky enough to have my nan around, so she'll be down there.
Nice.
Along with cousins and uncles, aunts, that sort of thing. So quite a nice big family dinner down there.
Yeah, nice.
So I don't get to see my parents as much as I'd like to anymore because they've moved so far away. They'll probably see this, so yeah.
He's having a dig at you there.
Yeah, little tiny.
See what he says about you.
But they're so happy down there, and where they've moved to, it's a lovely
I think it makes
place,
like the Christmas days and stuff a bit more special as well. Right?
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. But Boxing Day, we're coming back and spending it with Sarah's family. So we're having a nice big do down at her cousin's house. So that'd be really nice. Yeah. So apparently we've got karaoke. Okay. So that's going to go down well.
Nice.
So I've got to think of a nice karaoke.
I've heard your voice. I'm glad I'm not there.
It can be beautiful. So
I've been called the songbird of my generation. Yeah, we've got a pretty similar Christmas as well. It's like, because where we've got Little and now as well, we've got a split between both families, but we've got all Christmas this year, which is going to be nice. So my parents are going to come over early on Christmas Day, and then we're going to spend the Christmas Day with Shanice's family. Yeah. And then Boxing Day, we've got a whole load of people at my nan's house.
Oh, nice.
Like too many people, to be honest.
Hey, there's never too many people.
No, there is. If you've got a big enough house, it's fine. But when you're like that, with your own family, like there's too many smells.
That's right. As long as they're board games, then
there's no way to put the board games. But yeah, it can be quite fun. So I am looking forward to Christmas this year, to be fair.
Yeah. Do you love a board game?
I do like a board. Well, you know we like a board
game.
We've had many a board game night.
Many a board game night.
Yeah, and I still get told now that my one-liners are legendary.
Yes. Wait, there was that one.
The plank.
Yeah, when we were doing a plank.
Yeah.
I've got a mortgage. I don't need this.
I've got a mortgage. I don't need this shit.
That's brilliant.
Well, if I'm not going to plan for my own health, I'm not going to plank to win a game.
Who won the plank contest?
I think it may have been you.
Yes, it was me. Thank you.
You can't beat me in a tug of war though.
No, we've gone there, ladies and gents.
I'm gonna overlay that clip now as well. It was the little boy that came over and tried to help you.
Can I just say, look, it was all about
the shoes.
It was the shoes. I had some cheap 20 quid ASOS trainers on.
But you make it sound as if I had like football boots on.
You pretty much did. So, and yeah, I hadn't been to the gym in about 4 years.
Did I look like I'd been to the gym?
Yeah, hey, look. It's
2025 rematch.
Yeah, 100%. I've been training.
We'll give each other 6 months to train.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll sort that out.
We'll both be wearing the same shoes.
Yeah.
So
maybe we should do 3 events. Make it like even. So we'll do like
egg and spoon race,
strength, and then we can do like
mental.
Yeah. Oh, I'd lose that.
Like, I know.
What do you mean by mental? Like puzzles? Or something
yeah.
Like, oh yeah. We can do that. Yeah.
And then like agility or something.
Yeah, and then that could.
We
be
just
cool.
go to a park and do monkey bars or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Well, keep an eye out for that.
This has gone right off track.
This is really off track. This is a totally different podcast now. Yeah, let's get back onto topic.
Yeah.
So you've already given us some great advice and tips for couples planning their wedding journey at the minute. What would be your top 3 biggest pieces of advice? That can be pre-wedding, wedding day, or even post-wedding.
Yeah, I mean, so I feel like we've spoken about quite a few, but there is one that springs to mind, and that's just making sure that if you got your wedding photographer, your wedding videographer, and you've got something specific that you really want photographed, just let them know. Mm-hmm. Because, if it's like Uncle John's got a special tie, I don't know he's got a special tie. So
it's not a generic sort of wedding day
exactly.
photo.
So and this is like, if you come back from the wedding, weeks down the line or whatever, say, I just wanted to make sure that you got a picture of Uncle John's special tie. Didn't even know there was an Uncle John. So it's just making sure that you just, anything that's specific that you just put there, bit extra, just put it in there when you have your last meeting. Say, oh, by the way, that just makes things perfect then. Yeah. Because
you're going in with a very clear picture there.
Yeah, because we talk through everything to make sure that the couples are happy. And I always say at the end of each meeting, like, is there any questions, or do you guys have anything that you need to add? Yeah. So it's just, then you just want to say, just want to make sure that we can get this. Everything else you're probably going to get, because we're going to talk about the arrangement of the day. We're going to talk about the portraits. We're going to talk about your family group shots. We're going to make sure that we get everyone that's important in your lives in them group shots. But if there's something a little bit unique, chances are that we're not going to expect it.
No.
So just make sure that you say that. And
yeah, I think we've all got a process, haven't we? Like mums, dads, nans, granddads, probably going to get photographed or filmed a little bit more. Mm-hmm. But I always try and like press on the fact that if there is someone there that you want a bit more, like granddads or whatever, you want a bit more footage of granddad, let me know. Because otherwise we're going to do what I normally do and then get everyone filmed as much or as little as we normally would.
Yeah.
But so that's a good first tip.
Yeah.
What are your other two?
Oh, this is hard, Joe. So I feel like this one's a bit of a cliche, but it is, and it's probably something that everyone says, but it's just have fun. And whether that be like you're worrying about the weather or you're worrying about someone's too drunk, it's just about you looked at your drink then. It's just about making sure that you're having fun and you just kind of just make sure that you talk to all your guests and just give yourself that moment to go off and enjoy your day rather than worrying about little things that are happening.
I don't think that's a cliche sort of response, because every professional has got their own definition of what enjoying your day looks like.
Yeah.
So some it just may be like enjoy the moment, every moment, whatever. But I think people may forget that.
Yeah.
Because you've got so much stress and you put a lot of money into this. There's some things on your wedding day that you cannot control.
No, that's
weather it being the key one. And we've worked with a couple of brides that unfortunately have let it ruin their day, and it then makes our job harder.
Yeah.
You've got to embrace it, man. As soon as those formalities are done, get the dress dirty, get the shoes dirty.
Yeah, that's it. And I think, well, I mean, we have quite a few venues around us now that are kind of more targeted to be outside. And I've been at some where we've had rain, and it's only if the couple let it affect them that it will actually determine how the day comes out. Because if they're like, do you know what, I'm not worried, we'll stick you under umbrella, we'll take you outside, I'm not worried about getting wet.
It's the job, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. We just want to make sure that we get some awesome photos for you. So we've got alternatives to the groups inside. And
I do think some of those rain photos
they can look
are some
amazing.
of the most epic ones out there, especially if like you play around with the lighting a bit and you've got a really good like background.
I mean, if it's raining in the dark, you've got some really cool photos. I mean, we stick a flash on the rain, highlight the rain, backlit on the couple.
You got proper rain then, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You don't want that piddly little trickle. You want
it shows up quite a lot though. To be fair, it does show up really well. But when it's really hammering it down, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
But I think people are so worried that now we're not going to get like that amazing photo, but actually you can get some really cool photos that way.
Yeah.
And some really like works of art that we can stick in your living room, nice and big, and like it looks pretty awesome.
It's a bit different as well.
And it's different, yeah. But then you're not lying either, because then you'd be like, it rained on our day and we embraced it. Yeah. So that's what it's all about.
Cool. Tip number 3. What have you got for us?
Tip number 3. Oh, so I feel like we've spoken a lot about suppliers and making sure that you get them booked, but that is definitely my like. I've saved this one till last because I now know from my own personal experience that it actually hurts when you're like, oh, damn it. So just make sure that you really do reach out to them suppliers.
And it hurts for the supplier as well.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Because he may have got your inquiry and gone,
yeah,
I cannot wait to shoot for Dan and Sarah.
Yeah,
But he can't wait on you.
Yeah, he messaged me, because I've actually messaged him on my work account and on my photography account. And he did put that he was gutted, but he was really happy that a fellow person in the industry had requested him.
Yeah.
So it was just, it's one of them things that you just got to make sure that you get in contact with them really early.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to lose out. And we both know that, I mean, I don't know about you, but for next year, I've been fully booked for quite a while now.
Yeah.
But I've still had quite a lot of 2025s come in.
Yeah.
And it just hurts to be like, I'm so sorry, guys. I just physically can't fit it in anymore. So just make sure you get them a good 2 years in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18 months in advance. You want to make sure that you get in contact with them.
You may get lucky.
You can get, of course you can get lucky, but obviously
if there's key summer dates, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, and I'm just absolutely gutted that I didn't even listen to my own advice. So now I'm really pushing it. So just make sure that you book the people you want.
Well, again, it's good to hear that from a professional that you've even lost out on something you want because you didn't jump on that immediately.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And that is my biggest thing to people. Even if I'm not your number one, you're not the number one. Whoever your number one is, get them booked.
Yeah.
Even if it means booking someone a lot further in advance than you were hoping.
Yeah.
See if you can work with them on the deposit or whatever, because I'm quite flexible with stuff like that. And if you just want to get me booked in, my deposit's not high anyway.
Yeah.
But it could make that huge difference on getting that person booked in.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, some great tips there.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, apart from the doing your speeches, depends as well, obviously, when you want to do them. But that's another thing to think about. And just that tidy bridal prep room. So keeping that nice and tidy makes things for you later on down the line when you receive your photos. I mean, for me, I would tidy up. Yeah. But just to make sure that you got some nice tidy images there, just making that bridal prep.
Well, it's a benefit for them, isn't it? And
yeah.
If you've got a good bridal party anyway, I mean, look how Charlotte's bridal troupe sort of.
Yeah, they're.
I mean, to be fair, she did have like 15 of them.
Yeah.
But they fully got together, got everything out of the way because they understood the assignment.
Yeah, they were wicked. Yeah.
They were all fully there.
We were quite lucky that day. I mean, they were on the ball, but of course, like I say, for me and you, we're probably going to move everything out of the way every time something's in the way anyway. But it's just for anyone else that's shooting, it can be a bit of a nightmare just having to edit out boxes in the background and stuff. So
and it can't do it for video.
No. So, unless you go frame by frame, and that's something that
well, you charge for that, right?
That would take you probably 10 hours to do about a 4-second clip. So.
Tidy up your prep room. Mate, where can people find you to get you booked in for their wedding day?
So I am on Instagram, I am on Facebook, but my website is danielluke.co.uk.
Well, we'll link everything, like Instagram, website, and everything in this episode anyway. So
perfect.
If people are looking for a photographer, get Dan booked as soon as you can. And the likelihood is we'll probably end up shooting together anyway.
Brilliant.
But before we go, is there anyone that you want to see on the podcast in the future?
I've got some good ones. I mean, Terry Hobday would be brilliant.
Love Terry.
So, I mean, he's an OG. He's been in the industry for ages.
Everyone loves him as well.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. Everyone loves him, so I think people would probably love to see him on here and just talk weddings and just and probably talk comics with you and stuff because I'm
surprised we haven't spoke about it.
It could be a completely different podcast completely, but hey, I think he'd be a great guest. Otherwise, I think Robin would be pretty cool as well.
Robin Taylor.
Yeah, I reckon she'd probably really good guest to have on.
Yeah, I mean, because we're still so early on, there's still so many people that I need to reach out to and want to get on.
Yeah.
But so far, great lineup of people, and we've got a great lineup of people due to come as well. So it's been great so far, and it's been great catching up with you properly as well. Not that we don't normally anyway, but I think it's awesome for people to get to know you a little bit more as well. But we'll line up a date for you and Sarah to come on. I know she's a bit gutted on missing out.
Yeah, she'd love to talk to you about weddings.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to her about weddings. And maybe get my save the date card booked in.
Yeah. I'll go and grab it from the car, shall I?
But mate, great to have you on the show. And we'll speak soon.
Yeah.